Welcome to the Bostics, starring Lauren Bostic and Michael Bostic. Together, they are the Bostics.
Okay, let's get the lay of the land. We were talking off air about you as a mother. I feel like you're asked so many business questions all the time, and we'll get to that. 3 kids.
3 kids.
What is life really like for you behind the scenes with 3 kids? Forget about the business for a second. And as a wife.
Probably what it's like for you, I would imagine. So I have 3 kids, 2 boys, and it's a hybrid of like a wrestling match at my house all day long. I literally have never met anything in my life with more energy than 2 brothers. It's unbelievable. And now I have a new baby girl. So that has brought like so much harmony and peace. But my babies are everything. Like they are my number one. I'm obsessed with them. I love being a mom. I'm sure it's the same way you feel. It's just like
the best.
It's the best.
It is the absolute best. But we're not at the stage because we went girl, boy, boy, and our youngest is only 7. So we haven't, our middle is a ton of energy, but we haven't experienced the 2 brother energy yet. It's coming. Everyone that has 2 boys says it's coming. Yeah, okay.
Buckle.
Buckle up.
What kind of little girl were you when you were growing up?
Calm and creative. I would like sit on the ground and draw all day long. Like very calm.
You weren't set up to be entrepreneurial.
Well, I don't know about that because I do think every entrepreneur is inherently imaginative or creative. I mean, that's kind of the foundation of being an entrepreneur. You're a dreamer, right? And all I wanted to do was kind of build these little imaginary worlds and draw them or bring them to life through art. And so I do feel like I had an entrepreneurial kind of capacity. I was always obsessed with creating things. I don't know if that was meant to be in business or not, but I loved to make things and build things and create things.
With your own kids now, are you like leaning into that for them?
Kind of, actually. So it's funny. My son was begging me for a job because he wanted to save $200 for this. Like, I'm very anti-technology for kids. Like super scared of it. It terrifies me. But he wanted this like kid-friendly, it basically only calls mom and dad and 911. Anyway, so he wanted to just make $200. And so I've been trying to create, I'm trying to show him what money is and how it works and how hard it is to earn money. So he was begging for a job. And so over the summer, we got him this little like fake job as this little beach lifeguard helper when we were on a trip, and they paid him in coconuts. He was like, this isn't money. Like, what am I going to do with this? I can't do anything. I was like, well, let's turn the coconuts into a business. So we painted the coconuts and we called it Crazy for Coconuts. And then he put a sign out and had the coconuts for sale for like $6. But if you wanted a custom coconut, it could be $12. So some of our friends and family were saying, okay, well, I want a coconut with this on it. And so he would go and design it. And then he started to learn, like, how do you make money? So I'm trying to teach him. He's only 6, but I'm trying to instill this kind of imaginative, if you want it, make it, build it, solve it mindset.
Yeah. And well, like also from as an entrepreneur, you kind of are able to look at things that others may not see the opportunity in, to your point with the coconuts.
Exactly.
And say there's an opportunity here if you're clever enough.
That's exactly right. And I wanted him to take that away as like, okay, someone give me a coconut, which is such a good metaphor in life. You feel like you're handed coconuts all day long. Like, oh, I don't want this coconut, whatever that might be in life. Like someone said this or gave me that. And I love to turn straw into gold. Like that is my favorite thing to do is like, okay, hand it to me. It might look like nothing, but I love to find the opportunity in things. And I feel like that's honestly probably how I've built my career, is just seeing the light and looking for the cracks of opportunity in moments that didn't present themselves that way.
When was the first moment you remember doing something like that, where you were like, there was a light bulb and you said, I can turn something into gold?
In college, I started a business. So I just wanted to find a way to kind of create change, but also build or do something. And I was part of the sorority, which it's so funny. When I was in the sorority, I feel like they hated me because I was like a bad sorority person. I
get it.
I mean,
I get it.
The parking tickets, the absences, like I never went to chapter. I mean, I'm pretty sure they threatened to like denounce me
What
from
house were
the
you in?
sorority. Kappa. And now I think they like me now. So I'm glad. I'm like, my picture's still on the
reclaim
wall
you
somewhere.
now.
Yeah, I've been reclaimed. So that's good. But I started this silly little company in college, these bamboo tote bags. They were like made out of bamboo fibers or something, environmentally friendly. And I put art on it. And I was selling them around campus to try to raise money for the animals in the BP oil spill. Who knows how or why I arrived there as a 18, 19-year-old. But that was just like one moment of me just trying to go and hustle. And then I learned how to do the little like Facebook ads. And, I went from there.
You're really a creative strategist.
Maybe. I think I'm pretty sure I am just really hyper functioning and have to put my energy into things at all times.
You seem like, I feel like I relate to you ever since I listened to you on, what's the podcast about the founders?
How I built this.
How I built this. I feel like I relate to you because it seems like you bring an intensity to your work. I feel like I'm very intense at work, but how do you channel that when you're at home? Is there an intense schedule? Are you intense about being present? Is it in your calendar, or are you more like lax?
So first of all, I'm trying to be more like you. I saw your AI calendar that you build.
I try. Listen,
It's
that's
amazing.
That's after 10 years trial and error. I haven't always been like that.
Well, it's amazing. Oh, and by the way, I order all the stuff that I have like a shift wave chair sitting in my room. I don't even know how to set it up.
Oh my God, I'm going to text you the best one.
Wait, is it good?
It's so good.
Wait, okay.
It vibrates you.
Okay, so I need
It's supposed to be good for your nervous system. You're like your HRV.
You will
Okay, well, I
love
need
it
that.
if I like. I heard you on that podcast. I've heard you on other podcasts. You will love it because it changes your state.
Great. I need that. We need that. So yes, I'm very intense at work, but here's how I would describe myself. I was the student who either got an A or got a D. If I'm uninterested in something, it's not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen. I cannot fake it. I cannot halfway something. I'm either 100% in or I'm just completely out. And so if I love it, if I'm passionate, if I care about it, you're going to get the sun, the moon, the stars, and the sky. Like, I will go 100 million% at something. But if I'm not into it, I'm just like not going to give it even an ounce of energy. And so I think I've found a career that I genuinely love. I love connecting people. I love helping people find love. I love bringing people together. It's genuinely my passion. Even outside of Bumble, like, I love to bring my friends together and be like, you need to meet this person, or I like to dot connect with people. And so because I care, I'm going to do a great job at it. And like, this is how I am with my house, like designing a home. I am technically OCD. I've been diagnosed with OCD. So I'm very particular, like devil's in the details.
Tell me about that. What's the OCD? Is it like making sure the labels are out? What are we
So
talking?
I'm OCD about a few things. Like, one, I'm completely neurotic and weird about shoes in a house.
Oh! Is that OCD?
Well, no, but I'll take it to a different level. Like, I'll hold a grudge if someone comes into my house with shoes on.
I can't even have a conversation with someone if they have their shoes on in my house. I'm like,
I shut down.
I like will start like.
Yeah, I do that too.
So
My husband's like, you're making me
So
feel
what do you do when
uncomfortable.
you say it's shoes off?
Oh, no, there are no shoes in our
No
house.
shoes.
No, you can't wear
Stop.
shoes inside.
With your fecal matter shoe
I
in
don't
my
wear
house.
shoes in the house.
Exactly.
You stepped on a heroin needle outside, and then
Yeah.
you want to walk in the
Yeah,
house,
you
and then the
just can't
baby's
cut- you
crawling
can't
on the
come
bed.
in.
When I was doing
Yeah.
my skipping around in heroin needles, I forgot about that. Yeah.
No, but seriously, it's
No,
like
no,
an
I know.
accident.
Yeah.
It's
on the asphalt.
It's a no.
Well, listen, we don't live in LA
Okay,
anymore.
go-
Saying LA, I'm just kidding, guys.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
I'm not. It's true.
So I'm super OCD about that, but I could also obsess over like the lining of something if it's off. I fixate on things. But then that also has a downside, right? There's a positive because if I set my mind to it, I will do it. Like, if I say I will get this done and I will build this thing and I will make it work, I will make it work. But the problem is if I get in a negative loop, it's really
It
like
carries you off.
I'm super hypochondriac. So if I get on a loop about like a health thing, I cannot get off the loop. And so that's been a problem for me.
So you ruminate on it.
Yes.
So if somebody like if you think that you have some kind of ailment, even if you don't, it's almost like you get stuck in such a way that you can't stop thinking about it, and it drives you insane. And then
it used to. And then I started meditating. TM.
Okay. Did you do training for that, or you just
Bob Roth.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta look him up.
Changed my life. Oh,
Never
you
heard
don't
of
know
him.
Bob Roth?
No, should he come on the show?
I know who he is. but-
Immediately.
Okay.
Bob is spectacular.
Okay.
He is, I was that type of person. I don't know how y'all are, but I was convinced that meditation was just like not for me. I was like, oh no, I'm too high functioning for that. I can't meditate. And he came and did this 4-day session with me. It took a couple times. The first I was like, what? Like, okay, I gotta go, like all the lists. And then the second day, it was transcendent. And it is a game changer for me. So meditation has been huge. Spirituality, not religious, and no knocking on religion. I mean, be whatever you want to be in this world. But believing in like higher power, coincidence. I don't know. You know who you need to have on is Laura Lynn Jackson.
Who's that?
Oh my God. Okay.
I'll introduce you to Zuzka,
Give me Zuzka.
the facialist.
We'll trade all these things. But Laura Lynn Jackson changed my life. She wrote the book Signs. Have you read the book Signs?
I just bought that.
Okay, read the book.
Okay. I haven't read it yet.
I'm going to set you up with her. You need to do a session with her. It's going to change your life.
Okay. Can't wait. That's a sign.
Yeah, that's a sign. So like having a spiritual connection and meditating have been my two like godsends.
I mean, as you're talking, I wonder if you relate to this. I don't not think meditation is for me. I know it could be, and I know other things as well. Like there's other good, but
You think you're too high functioning?
No, I don't think I'm too high
100%.
functioning. No, I don't. I know, and there's probably trauma work I need to do, and there's probably but what happens is I get to a place where I'm like, okay, I gotta accomplish a few things, get through a few things, and then I will focus on that at some point.
You're an end then.
No, I know I need to do it, but sometimes I don't put it at the forefront and make it a priority.
Yep.
I kind of just grit the teeth and go through it.
Okay, if I were you, I would call Bob Roth tomorrow.
Okay, give me his number.
I will.
Carson, put this down for me.
So I got him into cranial sacral, which is my favorite thing.
Oh
in
yeah,
the whole
that's
world.
great.
I feel like energetically, I feel like you've done cranial sacral.
Love.
Okay, so I love it. The cranial sacral doctor, Dr. Maria in Austin, she's amazing, told him that he's blocked. She can't get in to the dungeon.
Okay.
Well, I think that.
What's blocking you?
She's gonna interview you.
Yeah, let's get to the root of
Well,
this.
I think I think how you become what you become in life, like what you're driven. Like we had somebody on, what drives you is not always what serves you in the long run, right? And so, I think a lot of people that are maybe type A or driven personalities, or people that want to accomplish, like there's probably some skeletons in the closet, right? That's like what the driving force is, right? Like you probably know better than most. And I think I did a good job of pushing a lot of things down for a long time, and probably still do. And so when she says blocked, I think she's just I'm not as open to others, right? And so what I mean by there's probably some things I need to work through is I'm aware that there's I'm sure there's things that I need to get out, but I just haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're I'm too busy. I'll do this later.
Yeah. And and the problem is I know at some point, but what I do is I go, and then I crash and burn. And we were talking off air, you now got to a place which we should talk about, you take breaks, but I am very much a go till the wheels fall off and then crash and then recover.
What did burnout look like specifically? Eat, feel, all what was give us the whole shebang of what the burnout for you looked like. Was it a day? Was it a year? What was it?
I think my lowest point was the IPO, which is funny because to the outside world, we IPO'd at $16 billion valuation or something ridiculous. I was 31. I mean, they had shut the whole street down to turn the office.
Were you the first woman that
I'm
achieved?
the youngest woman to take a company public. All this.
Yeah, youngest.
But so what? And that was my realization was on paper, I'm all over the internet. I'm the youngest this, I'm the that. I'm now a self-made billionaire on paper and all da 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 da. These are the things that you think for a decade are going to make you feel something worthy or enough or, accepted or validated, right? Because this is just what you assume drives that. And I think this was this mountain I was climbing for so long. And, when I got there, I remember after the IPO, I just like broke down and like sobbed. I just felt empty. And I had my beautiful baby with me, my firstborn, Bobby. My husband was there. I had it all, but I was empty. And I think I was empty for a couple reasons. The first reason was I had just burnt myself, like you had said, like to the ground. I mean, I was waking up at 3 a.m. to breastfeed my child and then, go back to sleep a little bit, then watching the monitor all night and then getting on these, pre-IPO lead up because he was already older by then, but it took like almost a year to prep for all of this. So I just had this baby. And right when I come out of having the baby, we had closed our Blackstone deal. And then shortly thereafter, we like started prepping to go public. So it was just this race. It was like a marathon while entering into new motherhood. And I just zapped myself. I depleted myself of everything. And it was like the worst time of my life. I didn't even know which way was up or down. I think I had postpartum depression, which I didn't know what that was. And I felt guilty for having it because I was like, oh, I have childcare and, I'm my baby's healthy. And so there's all these feelings of like, you don't deserve or you're not allowed to feel these ways because you have it so much better than others. And there's this narrative of like, I don't have permission to feel this way. And so much pressure put on myself. So I think the IPO on paper to the world, it was like my wealthiest, most fruitful, most like successful moment, right? Like all over it. And I was just completely empty inside. It was just dark.
So what did you do to rejuvenate yourself? What are the steps that you took? Because maybe someone's listening right now and they feel the same way. They feel empty. What did you do?
So the first thing I realized was success is not external. It's just not. It's internal. It really is. Like no amount of external validation will do it. Like it doesn't matter. And I think there's this narrative like, well, when I get to the next level, I'll feel it. Or maybe that next level. But what happened to me was like, I got to the top of the mountain. Like where else was there to go? Right?
Astronaut syndrome.
I was just like, where am I going to go from here? And it was, the answer was clear. The only place to go from there was in. Like stop going out. Metaphorically, like stop seeking this outside. And that was what started my whole quest into meditation and connecting with a spiritual force and having a deeper understanding of the why of everything and kind of decoupling ego from soul, which I think is really an interesting exercise. Like if your ego lives on this shoulder and your soul lives on that shoulder and every single thing you do every day, it's like, which side of the road is it going to? Like, are we doing this for our ego or are we doing this for our soul, which is our higher good? And the funny thing is, these things usually don't like each other. Like what's good for your soul is oftentimes not good for your ego and vice versa.
What were you doing for your ego and what are you doing now for your soul?
So now I don't do anything for my ego.
Nothing.
Nope.
What do you
That's not true. Like I do like beauty stuff, I guess, for my ego. Like, I'm trying to get my hair healthy and I feel like, there's all the beauty stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a personal confidence thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And I don't think it's an ego thing in the sense that I'm doing it for others. I think it's more of like it fills my cup and makes me feel better about myself. I don't really do anything out of ego. I say no to a lot of stuff now. Like I don't want to fit in. Don't invite me to the party. Just like, honestly, don't. Just don't even invite me. I don't even want to go.
Same.
What is that called? It's not JOMO. It's not FOMO. It's just IDWG.
No, it's
IDWG.
It's JOMO.
No, I don't want to go.
Oh, I don't want to go.
IDWG.
No, but here's what I think is
I don't
so
wanna
interesting.
go.
So, and this, especially with the work that you've done, there's a lot of men and women that'll look at your accomplishments and they dream of having that kind of success and those kind of resources. And what's interesting talking to people like you and others that have been on the show that kind of reach the top of the mountain is, I think if you're not solid here to begin with before you get there, like no amount of external validation or money or resources or abundance is ever going to solve that.
No chance.
And what I've noticed personally in our own lives, not to the same degree, but it's never the end that gives you the satisfaction. Like it's always the in between in the build. And then what's actually funny is like by the time you get to the end, it's a little bit disappointing because you think you build it up and you think it's going to feel a certain way and then it doesn't. And you're like, well, now what?
Yeah, no, definitely. And to take it a step further, remember, my journey is not just like, oh, here we go, whoop, to the top and stay at the top. And like now we're hanging out at the top. Like, look at what's happened since then.
Yep.
I mean, our stock is down 96% for no reason. I mean, who knows what people, trade stock on, right? But if you think that that's also not a wild feeling, like to fall, okay, you get to the top of the mountain, then you fall off of the mountain. It's crazy. But here's the cool part. So because when I got to the top, I had this epiphany, like, oh, wait a second. This was never the quest. Like this was never the journey. Like the real destination is inner peace and inner validation. So let's go on that journey. And then it makes you a better person in the endeavors that you take in the world because you are operating out of a place of, stillness and self-assurance, and you're not erratic, and you're able to see things clearly. So when our stock tumbled down to like nowhere, which by the way, the company is still performing very well. Like this is a business that makes almost $1 billion a year. This is a real company with, we posted, I want to be careful what I'm saying publicly versus, because we're in a quiet period, but we make, a lot of profit. We're a very profitable business. But the stock is just the stock market has just basically written us off as if we're dead. So that's a very strange feeling to just be written off after being the darling of the stock market. So these are very polarizing feelings. But here's the magic in it. Because I had spent so much time going inward, healing, self-reflecting, forgiving, and also, kind of connecting to this inner place of peace and spirituality, I'm not impacted by it.
Huh.
I'm not. I was more upset internally when I was at the top than I am at the perceived bottom. Mm-hmm. Because if you were to just look at me from an outsider's lens right now with where things are kind of measuring us, I have a different measuring stick. And that's the biggest differentiator. I've switched out my measuring stick. And I think that is one of the most powerful unlocks for any human being is ask yourself, like, what is my measuring stick measuring?
As you've grown, why do you think you cared about some of those external validations so much prior to doing the work on yourself?
Seeking love. I think that's what we're all doing as human beings. We are all on this quest to be loved, to be wanted, to be validated, to be needed. And we all have our own wounds. Like we were just saying, like each and every one of us has some inner wound of feeling unloved or not worthy of love. And it's so funny that I'm in this business of love, right? And here I was out in the world helping all of these people find love. And really the person I needed to help find love was myself. But it was love of myself because I have an amazing husband who you guys would actually really love him. He's incredible. He's a cowboy in the rodeo in Aspen all summer, every summer.
Oh, we went to the rodeo.
Oh, you did?
We probably saw him.
Yeah, you probably saw him.
Wait, he's like performing in it?
Oh yeah, he's in the rodeo. And my son goes out with him on a pony and they ride out in the rodeo. It's too cute.
Enough talking about him. I don't like when women come on here and talk about really masculine guys that make me like
That's hot. The rodeo.
Enough about that.
It's a different thing.
Enough.
That's hot.
I'm a podcaster, okay?
You know what? Podcasting is also it's a version of a rodeo.
I wanted to switch gears with you a little bit. I would feel remiss to not ask you. You've talked about burnout. we were discussing before the show started, there's, I think, a lot of miscommunication, misinformation around what it actually takes to build something like you've built, or to build, a lot of successful entrepreneurs. And there's this idea of balance. And Scott Galloway was recently on the show and he said, listen, you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once.
Amen
and,
to that.
I think someone like Kim Kardashian got a lot of shit by saying like, you have to work your ass off. But what I took issue with her getting shit because it's the truth, right? Like
She told the truth.
She told the truth and people got upset about it. And we went through this weird period of time where everyone was like, tell me everything I want to hear as long as it makes me feel good, but don't tell me how it really is. For someone who's actually built a beyond $1 billion company, what did your life look like as you were doing that, and what sacrifices did you actually have to make?
It is all in, all day, all night. There is no mode off. There is no off switch. You are on or you are off. And that's the truth. Now, there's a caveat. I think in the era of AI, where you have these new tools, we can talk about that in a second. But if we look backwards, for anybody that thinks that I just like showed up and, like put on a yellow suit and like said, download Bumble and like it turned into $1 billion company, like, sorry, that didn't happen.
Like, what did each of your days look like?
It was, okay, so I was 25 years old when I started Bumble. Just 25, actually. And I probably worked, let's say I would work all day. I would obsess all day. I would be so focused that I actually lost touch with most of my friends. I had a terrible relationship with anyone that was further than 5 feet from me because I was so focused. I luckily was with my husband, who's now my husband, through all of it. So he was my rock. And he was a really steady person. But listen, I sacrificed everything. My physical health, my mental health, my relationships, my quality of life. I worked all day, every day, and I never stopped. Ever.
Wow.
For how many years?
I was probably in fight or flight I was 25 when I started it. 2019, I had my first child. We sold to Blackstone. We took it public 2021. You know what? I would say that this went right until I had my first child. And then I was forced. I mean, as you know, like it
Jolting.
It catapults you into like a whole new 24/7 world.
And then, and I hope you can talk about this because I sure feel it, you feel guilty at work.
Oh, yeah.
But then you feel guilty at home because you feel like you should be working. It's a real mindfuck.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, and what also people don't talk about is like, maybe some people are listening, but well, why would you make all those sacrifices? There's a lot of people that are now reliant on you performing. Your team members, the people that work for you, your investors, your partners. Like, you can't just be like, hey, I'm just turning off, because people's livelihoods are now dependent on your performance.
But then you also don't want to be on your phone in front of your kids. I mean, that's how I feel.
I mean, welcome to my world.
I know,
This is
it's
such a conundrum.
It's hard. I'm like hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, I feel torn between two worlds most of the time. And it's really hard.
The reason I wanted
It's so hard.
Men though are able to switch it
know.
off. Like, I notice when he comes home, it's like he's in dad mode, and when he goes to work, he's in work mode.
How do you do
I don't
that?
know.
Well, so I'll explain, like, I don't know if it's a man or a
Different.
woman thing, but I'll just
doesn't feel
explain
guilt.
how I rationalize it. I just rationalize, like, one, I grew up with a mom and a dad who both worked. So like, my mother always worked, and that was like a normal example for me. I actually think it's helped me with women later because I'm used to seeing that version, right?
That's a gift.
Yeah, she was always that. She still is. But the way that I rationalize it is like, okay, well, I have to put food on the table and make a living to build resources for the family, and like, this is just what it is. I could not do that, and then maybe some of those things are sacrificed. But rationally, I'm like, this is just like what it's like, input output type thing. I miss the kids. I want to be with them more. Obviously, I want to spend as much time, but I think I'm able to just I think a lot of men are able to just say, like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gender dynamics are obviously switching.
Gender
a lot
dynamics
more
are
women
a big deal, though,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I think we do carry a lot of this guilt. Is insane.
It's
heavy.
heavy.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it is heavy.
I want to be careful here, but I mean, until the last, 100 or so years, there was very few women in the workplace compared to there are now. There was definitely much fewer women that were leading organizations and building and being the CEOs and the founders.
Yeah.
And so maybe from an evolutionary perspective, men have the dynamic has been like men go to work, women.
That's very real.
And so, maybe we got rid of the guilt generations ago. I don't know.
Perhaps. I also think there's one distinction. I'm curious if you agree with me or not. And I don't say this in a way that men don't care. That's not what I mean. Men do care. And I adore and cherish my boys, my husband. I think men are, there's nothing negative in this statement. I believe that women are so deeply nurturing and caring and thoughtful inherently that when we care so much at work, we can't just leave it at the door. When we care so much at home, we can't just leave it at home. I just think we are deeply, deeply caring. Sensitive.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a women are sensitive and men are not. I just think there is this inherent nature to care and to put our everything into what we do. Men do the same. But for me, it's just every mom I know and every father I know, they all love their children equally. There's no distinction. I believe that you two both fundamentally love your children the same. There is something about a mom that just feels this need to be present. And it's this energetic presence is different.
It's just 100% different. We take our kids on walks all the time. And sometimes Lauren will start the walk without me. And she'll be like, meet me in the neighborhood. And I'll go. And when I'm not there, it's different. When I'm there, they behave different. There's an energy that children react. I'm sure you see this with your husband. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I think children recognize that energy.
Yeah.
With how hard you've worked and how intense you've worked and having children, what have you done that has helped you balance that out? And I don't want to even use the word balance because I don't think there's not a lot of balance, but what has helped and alleviated?
I see Bumble as one of my children.
That's a good way to look at it.
And that's really helped me.
Ooh.
Because if I treat Bumble as this obligation or this stress or this thing that I'm sacrificing for my babies, I'm going to hate it and I'm going to stop doing it. And that's not really what I want. I love my job. I love my career. I thrive helping build products that can change people's lives. I just treat Bumble like one of my children. And okay, I'm with this child right now. And now I'm with that child. And I love what Bumble stands for in the world. And I'm also a deeply purpose-driven human. I think what you do in the world changes things. It really impacts people for the better. And so when you can see that there's selflessness also in what you're doing and you're not just plugging away in a way that you hate or you feel unfulfilled, I think it can change the game. And so I always tell my mom friends this, I have equal amount of working mother friends as I do every mother's working, let's just be clear. I have equal amount of moms with two careers, which is one raising their children and one, working, doing something else. And ones that just choose to exclusively raise their children, which I think both are excellent choices. But the ones that hate their job, I'm like, you need to stop. Don't sacrifice. Unless you love it, switch it. Do something different. I'm not saying quit and give up on a career, but you need to find a career you love. And I think this is the beauty of having children. It makes you more intentional.
Yep.
I think when you have kids, time starts mattering in a way that it didn't matter before. And you stop doing I'll stick it out for another year. Or I'll see how I feel in 2 years.
Or I'll get a drink with you even though I don't know you that well.
Yeah. Or this does nothing to enhance the world, myself, my family, or the world, or my life. I'm going to say no.
If I don't have, I always say I have capacity for a certain amount right now, and my kids fill a huge bucket of that, and my business fills some, and my husband, and you have a little bit of capacity left.
Yep.
And you have to figure out where you want to deploy that, and that's the season that I'm in.
Yeah. I'm agreed,
and some friends don't understand that, and they fall off. They don't understand how, and some of them don't have kids. They don't understand having 3 kids under 6. And I empathize with that, but you only have a little bit of capacity left and you have to be strategic with where you allocate that.
So true.
Emma Grede came on and gave us some good advice, and she was basically talking about this and around guilt. And the way she describes it is like she loves her work and loves what she does. And when she talks to her children, she says like, I love that I get to go. And she said it changed the way the kids viewed her, because before it was like, oh, I got to go to work and it's this thing. And to your point, if you hate it, then your kids look at it like, why are you going to do something you hate?
You're choosing something you hate over me.
Yes.
Right.
But if they're like, hey, I love it and it's a thing I get to go do and I'm passionate about it, the kids are like, oh, great, go have fun.
Emma's incredible, by the way. I mean, she definitely has more hours in the day than I do. I don't know how she does it all. She's amazing. But I agree. And, I love that you grew up with a mother that was working. And I think for me, I'm very proud that I can talk to my children about what I do and how I contribute to the world outside of their lives. But, it's like every different strokes for different folks. I judge no one. It's just, this is where I am now. But remember, I stepped away from CEO. I hired a CEO.
I want you to talk about that.
Before that, I just want to tell you though, real quick, like if it means something like for your boys, I think later in life, they will appreciate what you do.
Oh yeah.
And it'll change their dynamic with strong women.
Yes.
Because, and I'll speak more specifically, a lot of men, and I could say this because I'm a man, a lot of men get really threatened by strong women, big personalities, and strong viewpoints.
Yes.
Some men get even more threatened by women that may be the breadwinners or make a big living. I think for your boys, they're not going to experience that dynamic and they're going to be okay, right? Because like the reality is a lot of young men are going to enter the workforce. And if you can just look at the data, a lot of women are doing better financially and are starting to do more. And a lot of guys are struggling with that. I think it's actually part of like some of the imbalance in the dating world, which you probably know more about.
Oh, for sure.
But for your boys, like I think the example will be good. And later, as they get around more women that are strong, like they'll be more comfortable with it.
No, absolutely. And I'm fortunate that I married someone with that mindset. So it's actually kind of a crazy story. So in college, my mentor was this woman who was my professor. She was the most badass woman I had ever met in my life. Like I was both scared of her and in awe of her and just enamored by her. And she just took, no crap from anyone. She was strong. She was self-assured. She was confident. She was brilliant. She was amazing. And I had this insane phobia of public speaking. Like I would never in my life have been able to do this. And one day, all of a sudden, it turns out that her class is judged on the ability to present in front of the class. That's how you get your grade. Oof. So I went and got a doctor's note, obviously. And I was like, no, like I can't. I'm too scared. Like I have a phobia. I have a clinical reason not to. She ripped it up and she was like, oh, girlfriend, no, you're going to do this. You're going to be fine. Fast forward. Turns out she's now my mother-in-law.
No way.
Yep. So years later, I meet her son, who's been raised by this unbelievable woman. And he invites me to dinner, to a group dinner. I walk in. She's across the table. I look at him. I go, why is Professor Herd here? He goes, Professor, that's my mom. And she goes, Whitney Wolfe with the good eyebrows. And I was like, oh my God, but what is happening right now? So that is the grandmother to my babies.
Oh my God, that gave me chills.
Yeah, she's like the most powerful, badass, cool.
Did you pass the class?
Yeah, but Michael, so my mother-in-law is a gay woman. And so Michael always teases me that she gave every blonde an A. And I was like, you know what? I
She
deserve
did say
that.
you had good eyebrows.
She did say I had good eyebrows. So no, but she said I deserved it. I deserved the A. So she's amazing. She's maybe the coolest person I've ever met in my life. And I just, to have such a force of nature like that in my life is this person that's now the grandmother to my children is such a gift. And I had no idea she even had a son. So it was kind of amazing. But to your point, like he was raised by that. So he respects me. He respects strong women. The more powerful I become, the more he admires me. And that was never the case I ever saw with men prior. Like any sense of power or any sense of strength was such a threat to them. And obviously that's not great.
I would go as far to say it's a turnoff.
Yes.
I remember before Michael, I never got approached by anyone.
Oh, we both have Michaels, by the way.
We both have Michaels.
Well, I think what the turnoff is for anyone, this is men and women in any dynamic, is insecurity.
Yeah.
We are inherently, anybody is turned off by insecurity.
Yep.
But here's the thing that's funny is I'm intense and I'm strong and I love to like come in to my office and like lay it down. But at home, I'm soft and feminine and
Me
a
too.
homemaker, and I love being a wife, and like I'm very in my feminine. So I think you can have both. It doesn't have to be like one or the other.
I could not agree more. I'm the same way.
I know.
I
can tell with your
I'm
Santa
like
Barbara house.
super cozy mommy mode at
Gorgeous.
home.
It's gorgeous. Where did I see that? Maybe Arc
We
Digest.
just sold it.
Where did I see that though? Or
You've
the Arc
seen
Di-
it because somebody else bought it and it's on the internet now.
Okay, is
so
that
yeah.
where I saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, it's a beautiful house.
It was such a special
And is that
place.
where you're going through every detail? Is that like, are we like doing the baseboards and like?
Oh no, not there. That was a super vintage hacienda from like
So
the
cool.
1800s. It was extraordinary, super spiritual. It was a chapter. It was a chapter.
Is it too slow there?
We chose. I married a Texan. And we needed to choose where to anchor, and we chose that was not our base. I love it there. I love my friends there. I met the most yummy, amazing humans that will be like lifelong people. But it was a chapter. It was a season. And I think life, we have these little seasons.
Is your husband going nuts over there?
No, he was actually having a lot of fun. He was
Actually though, but Santa
missed
Barbara is a
the
big
rodeo.
horse
On the
town.
beach.
Big horse
He
town.
was riding horses all the time. He was having a blast.
What you mentioned your morning routine when you were grinding, which is you're waking up at 3 a.m., you're breastfeeding, you're staring at the monitor, et cetera, et cetera. What does your morning now look like when you feel anchored, when you're tuning into your soul and not your ego now?
So I really, really, really try. I've fallen off the wagon a little bit. Not to lie. Obviously we all go through these ups and downs. When I'm in my best routine, I'm waking up at 5:30, saying my morning mantras, prayers, my meditation. I really like to start the day by, and not like in a, religious capacity, but like, dear universe. And then I pray for others. Like the first thing I do is like pray for the people I know that are going through something hard. If someone's struggling with something with health or someone's in it, I wake up and just really say prayers for people to heal. And I just wish well on people. It's the first thing I do in the morning.
It's a great way to wake up.
And I just feel like it just gives this energy to the day that is like genuinely rooted in positive intention. And then I pray for the protection of my loved ones, and I give thanks to the universe, like just thank you for every little thing I have. And so I just say these silent kind of mantras and prayers in my head and try to be still. And if I'm really good, I'll do TM. Bob Roth will be mad at me because I was in such a rhythm where I was doing it twice a day, every day. And I was like on another planet of tapped in. But I have fallen off the wagon there a little. And then, I have a brand new baby. So I like to get up and go like smush her face. She's so delicious. And then it's like the day goes. But I'm kind of like you. When I get into my routine, I'm like obsessed with the sauna, obsessed with the red light. Have you ever tried the Immortal bed?
No, what's
Is that the one that's got the like? It's like not. It's a glass and it like sits.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's gonna mash you in.
Yeah. They have it in Aspen. I just go use it at the place.
Oh my God.
But
I know what you're talking about. It's got the sounds.
yeah, it's cool. So like I'm doing all these things. I ordered your thing that you promoted, the shift wave thing. Like I'm trying to do all this
The
stuff.
shift
I
wave
have
works.
the power plate. That shaky thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that works.
Oh, she's in
do
there.
all the skin stuff.
You should see me. I'm listening to affirmations on the plate, brushing my teeth, doing posture exercise, looking outside, trying to get you because that's what you have to do as a mom.
Lauren's the final boss of like the morning routines on Instagram.
Guys,
where
I
they,
might
they
be the
make fun of
mob boss.
the one who's doing
This
it. It's her.
This is you, mom boss.
I think I might be the mob boss of
Honestly,
this. I get 40
love
things
that.
done at once.
I love that
We
about
gotta
you.
go.
Yeah, like I will have, my husband always teases I learned about him through one of my dear friends, Sarah Blakely, who, if you haven't had her on, you've got
I've
to
had her
have
husband on, but not her yet. But I'd love to have Sarah. Sarah, come on the show.
Sarah's spectacular.
That's another person.
But,
Oh my God, there's 3 people you've recommended.
She turned me on to Wayne Dyer, who I'm now like obsessed with.
You and I are on the same
Are
frequency.
you doing Wayne Dyer too?
That is so weird.
It's really, yeah. Oh,
You
I'm
better
like
be
all
careful.
about Wayne Dyer.
That's like a very like niche vintage.
It's very
like,
vintage niche woo-woo.
You know what? You got to be careful because listen, you're a public CEO, and
That's fine.
and this show sometimes they'll come in and say this getting a little woo woo.
That's
what
I am woo woo, and don't you forget it.
No,
you
I
know
mean-
what? My woo-woo made it all happen.
Yes,
That
yes.
energy is why things move
Are
in
you
the
listening
direction
to
they
like
move with
his
me.
lecture or his book?
Anything Wayne Dyer, I've listened to it.
That is so weird.
Sarah Blakely got me turned on to it, and look what she's built.
You
She's
know
the
which
queen
one
of-
I'm
of
listening to right now? If
entrepreneurship.
anyone wants to start,
Well, turn on a little more Wayne Dyer, okay?
I do every morning. Are
joking.
you not
It's a-
listening?
it's a joke.
Love it.
Oh, because you hear it.
No, but- no,
Excuses
it went
be
over her
gone.
head.
That's the one I'm on
That's
right
a good one.
now. But the one before was the power lecture. Maybe he is so good.
I love him.
Woo!
I
He's
mean,
good.
I don't know anything about him because I think he like predates us a little bit, but whatever I do know is just what I've listened to, and I think he's amazing.
I'm
got
assuming you've
so
listened to
deep on
Louise
the-
Hay.
Yeah, love Louise
okay,
Hay.
okay.
Got super deep on the telepathy tapes.
I haven't heard about that. What's that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
What is happening here? Okay. Start them immediately. Like run.
Okay,
And
what's
then
that?
you need to have Kai Dickens on your show.
Who's that?
She did the Okay, just you and I are gonna woo woo
Okay,
for an
okay.
hour. But then the funny
you
thing
want to be
about
a guest
me,
booker?
yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. The funny thing though is like I can go all down this rabbit hole. Like you want to go near death experiences. I've read 100 books on it, but then you
Why
want to.
near death experience?
I don't know. I
books?
got fascinated with it. And then if you want to talk business, I've read I actually was never a big business book reader. Because
Which ones do you think are worth reading? Because like, here's the thing. I think same as you.
I'm just kind of like,
I kind of stopped reading them
yeah.
because they kind of be.
They all say the same thing in a different format.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, I don't want to be you as a leader. Like, I don't want to be you. Like, I want to be me.
Yeah.
I just need tools to be a better version of
So
me.
which do you like?
Well, I think there's some iconic ones that like everyone should read. My mind is blanking right now on my favorite one, but like there's a couple just basics that everyone should read, like Made in America, Sam Walton.
Great book.
Everyone
God.
should read that
That's really
book.
more of a biography though.
Right, but in my mind, understanding the human and the way someone moves through the world, that's my version of a business book. Like I have zero interest in reading like how to scale your business from
or like
A to
an
Z.
ebook.
Like I'm just like I'm
$1 million
good. Yeah, I'm like I'm good. I know how to scale. So
you're good.
I'm good.
You could write all the books together.
No, but like that is just not what
Pull
I'm
that
into.
quote. I'm good. I know how to scale.
Wait,
I can scale.
so you'll go down rabbit holes when it comes to reading, and
Oh
you'll-
yeah, I'll go down like physics rabbit holes, philosophy rabbit holes. Like went full obsessed on philosophy.
Are you reading Wayne or are you listening to Wayne?
Oh, I like to listen to
So
Wayne.
do I.
I like his voice.
Yes, so do I.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Tax season is upon us, and here's the thing. Financial stress can affect us more than we know. I used to personally stress about finances all the time. I've talked about it on this podcast for years. Financial stress affects far more than our bank accounts. It can take a serious toll on mental health and relationships, with 88% of Americans feeling some form of financial stress at the start of 2026. Money worries often bring anxiety, sleep disruption, and even depression, and are one of the leading sources of conflict for couples. I actually read at one point that money is one of the leading causes for divorce. That's a total shame. This month, we want to normalize the emotional weight of financial stress and remind people that struggling with money doesn't mean they've failed. Sometimes it's just about accessing the right kind of support. This is why Lauren and I have been such fans and longtime supporters of BetterHelp. They've been a partner of this show for years now. And with BetterHelp, you can bring therapy right into the comfort of your own home. Obviously, therapy is not all about financial advice, but it's about managing stress, understanding how we think about our shame, our anxiety, and things that can come with being stressed about money in general. So just being able to talk to somebody who's a licensed therapist about why we're worried, why we're stressed, why we're struggling financially, and it's going to help us work through so many of our problems. And what's great is BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US, and BetterHelp does all the initial matchmaking for you so you can focus on the therapy goals that you have. So check them out. When life feels overwhelming, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/skinny. That's betterhelp.com/skinny. Let's talk about Armor Colostrum. Lauren and I get to learn about all different supplements, all different brands, all different things that can enhance performance and help us with our health all the time on this show. And one of our favorite products we've come across since doing the show is Armor Colostrum. And that's because it packs a punch. What I love about Armor Colostrum is not only does it taste good, but it works. It has so many incredible benefits. Many people don't know that colostrum is nature's first whole food with over 400 bioactive nutrients that fortify gut health, strengthen immune health, fuel performance, and more, paving the way for your best health and vitality. Because here's the thing, we live in an environment our biology was never designed for. EMFs, artificial light, seed oils, microplastics, endocrine disruptors, modern stressors, terrible fragrances, and things that are constantly bombarding our health and our system, overloading it, paving the way for disease and sickness and illness. And this is why it's so important now more than ever to take care of ourselves, because these assaults can disrupt signals your body relies on, negatively impacting gut health, immune, and overall health. This is where Armor Colostrum comes in. It comes in this big jug that you can take and leave in your pantry. We take it in the morning, we give it to our pets, we give it to our kids, we take it ourselves. You can put it in any beverage of your choice or just actually scoop it into your mouth directly. Tastes a little bit like a Milk Dud. They also have these travel packets that we travel with all the time. We put them in our bags, we keep them in our office. So if you're working with a budget and you want to get a lot of bang for your buck, Armor Colostrum is definitely one that we would point you towards. So check them out. We've worked out a special offer for our audience. Receive 30% off your first subscription order. Go to armra.com/skinny or enter skinny to get 30% off your first subscription order. That's armra.com/skinny. Let's talk about Hiya Kids Vitamins. Here's a company that we have grown to love as a family. Every single morning, Lauren and I wake up, we take our supplements, we take our vitamins, we do all of this, and we've done it for years. What's great about having children is being able to pass healthy habits down to them. This is why I love Hiya so much. Every single morning while we're taking our supplements and vitamins, the kids are coming to us asking for their Hiya vitamins. They love the Hiya vitamins. They go through each morning. They say, we want the green, we want the yellow, we want the red. They get to pick and they get to feel like they're making a change in their life and being healthy with us. They've created an incredible product working alongside pediatricians and nutrition scientists and have created a powerful chewable vitamin that packs a blend of 12 organic fruits and vegetables plus 15 essential vitamins and minerals into every dose. We're talking vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, all the foundational nutrients that support immune health, brain function, mood regulation, concentration, and the development of strong teeth and bones. And here's something every parent needs to hear. If getting your kids to eat vegetables feels like an impossible daily battle, Hiya's new Kids Daily Greens plus Superfoods is a total game changer. It's basically chocolate milk stuffed with veggies. It's a greens powder designed specifically for kids that's packed with 55 plus whole food source ingredients. Just mix one scoop with milk or a milk alternative and watch them actually enjoy something that's secretly fueling their growing bodies. So check them out. We've worked out a special deal with Hiya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hiyahealth.com/skinny. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hiyahealth.com/skinny and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
Traditional healthcare doesn't always leave room for follow-up or context, but care shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all. It should look at the whole picture, not just a snapshot. Hers understands. Hers is rethinking the outdated healthcare system to finally give women what they deserve. Care that's convenient, supportive, built around their real needs, and backed by experts in women's health. Hers is not a one-size-fits-all, but ongoing support that fits your life. Just start with a free online medical intake form that goes beyond the basics so you can explain what you're experiencing. And if something feels off and you aren't sure what, Hers also offers access to in-depth lab testing to give you real clarity. If eligible, a licensed medical provider will determine right for you treatment plans, options that go beyond just medicine with diet and lifestyle guidance. It's care that helps you move forward instead of staying stuck. So feeling like yourself again doesn't feel so far away. It's time you get the support that actually reflects your needs. Start your free intake at forhers.com. That's FORHERS.com. forhers.com.
When you have the success that you've had and the headlines that you get, how are you then after that able to decipher who's coming around you for the right reasons and who's looking for an opportunity?
I don't hang out with anybody.
What about your mom friends?
Okay, all my best friends I've either known. Okay, my best friends I've either known since my dearest friend in the world is my best friend from summer camp when we're 11.
Amazing.
Okay, so she's my number one. She actually has an incredible jewelry brand. Her name is Jessie Lazowski, Marlo Laz. If you haven't seen her stuff, it's to die for. She's so amazing. Okay. She's incredible. And then, my other best girlfriends are like just true blue mom friends or my best college girlfriends I hang out with. I have like a pack of 10 people that are my ride or dies. And then I just have like wholesome, cozy family friends that like my husband and I are friends with the mom and the dad and we're friends with the kids. Like I kind of keep to myself.
And do you
you're
think
busy.
do you think it's
I just don't
harder
really hang out with anyone.
make good new friends because of the profile, or do you think?
No, I'm super not like that. Like
Okay.
I don't really care if someone wants to be friends with me because of Bumble and they're cool and funny. I'm like, God bless. Like, cool, let's go. Like, I mean, as long as they're fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in that stage of life where I'm like, if your vibe is hilarious, cool, connected, fun, like use me if you want to.
But must
like, it's
listen
just,
to
like,
Wayne Dyer. Must
cool.
listen to Wayne Dyer.
But I'm just not like that. I'm like pretty chill. I'm not really guarded. I don't really think I'm anything special, if that makes sense. Like I have a lot of friends that have started businesses and they like roll with security and they're like super like important, like sunglasses in a lot of places. And I'm like, I'll just roll through the pharmacy or the grocery store. I'm like, no one knows who I am. No one gives a shit. Like not one person cares about me.
That surprises me that people don't come up to you all the time.
They do, but not in like the way you would expect. They come up to me and they're like, "This is my Bumble baby,"
Huh?
That's cool.
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like,
cool.
"I love you. That is so cool."
You know what I'm hearing throughout this interview is you've really mastered the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Because with the art of fulfillment, you get helping people fall in love, which what's
Mhm.
better than that? And
Mhm.
a Bumble baby. I mean, that's very fulfilling.
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
also have the science of achievement with your career. It's so fruitful. You've really got them both.
I never thought about it that way, but I think you do too.
I do feel that I have that because the podcast is to me is fulfillment
It
and my
is.
product
Like
line is.
Yeah.
I think like
But
we're
it's a little different.
No,
than-
it's
I didn't sell
amazing.
my company for
And by
a
the
book.
way, you've changed my life with the mouth tape, so let's just put it out there.
well that's
Can't
you
live
hear
without
that?
it.
Yep. No. And
And the eyebrow
where we
oil.
get personally
Okay.
the most
We have it
excited
for you.
and fired up is like when people will come up and say some area of their life was changed for the better based on something they
But
saw.
I'm
or
going to say
heard.
it's cooler
Like,
that
it's a-
That's
Whitney
all that
has a
matters.
Bumble baby.
yeah.
You know what? I will tell you the thing that does keep me going because let's just be real, like work gets worky. It gets worky sometimes. It's the success stories. It's the people that tell me, I mean, you can't even imagine the stories I've heard. It's the stories of people who have come back from grief, met the loves of their lives, have multiple kids, never thought they would ever meet anyone. Now they're thriving. Crazy story, actually. When I had Bobby, my first son, here in Austin, delivered him in Austin, I got super, super scary postpartum preeclampsia. Ended up back in the hospital. And they were like, oh, it's, touch and go. God knows what's going to happen. It was quite scary. And this nurse came into my room and she kind of felt like an angel, but she was real. I've confirmed. And she told me that she... and by the way, if anyone can find this nurse, I want to speak to her. So if anybody can locate this person, please bring her my way. But she told me that she had to break HIPAA and come talk to me because she heard them talking about me at the nurse's station. Bumble girl, I probably sent like cookies or something, like I was always doing something for the nurse station. And she said, I had to come talk to you because, and she grabbed my hand. She goes, I was in an abusive marriage for decades. And I read about you and I read about Bumble and I read about why you started Bumble. And so I got the courage to leave my husband. And when I got back on my own 2 feet and felt strength again, I downloaded Bumble. And I have never in my life met anyone with his name before. And I had to come talk to you because he's my fiance now and he's the love of my life. And when you go back to the hospital with a motherhood, like a newborn, a mother-related illness, they actually take you back to labor and delivery. They don't put you in normal ER or ICU. They take you to labor and delivery and monitor you there for infection, reduction, all that. So I was back in labor and delivery, and you remember having your babies, they write mommy's name and baby's name out on the door. And she said, his name is Bobby Lee. And that's my son's name because we named him after my husband's grandfather. So I was like, okay, if that's not a testament to keep going and just like you just got to keep on going when work gets hard.
That's a sign.
That's a sign. Read the book signs.
I cannot wait to read. That is a
Yep.
huge sign.
Yep.
Speaking of Bumble, I think we'd be remiss. What is going on from your perspective, reading the data, running a dating company? What is going on in the dating world? A lot, if you read the headlines, there's a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of people saying they're giving up, younger people not getting into intimate relationships,
Guys
not
getting
having
a little
sex.
too swipey swipe.
I mentioned on a show that people are concerned about people procreating are not having as many babies, and that society is going to be crumbled because we're not procreating. And like, what are you seeing, and what does the data show from your perspective?
The demand is 100% still there. People want love and connection. That has not left the building. It just has not. I think the way in which they're able to find love and connection is not serving them in a way that it used to. I think the swipe has, and I admit to this, I'm super self-aware and we're reinventing ourselves and we're building new features and functionalities. I think this like mass availability of mass people at all times at the tip of your fingers, it has burnt people out. And it has gone from being what it was meant to be, a dating app, which would insinuate what? Gets you on good dates, right? And then if the date goes well, hopefully that turns into a relationship or something fruitful. Right now, we're calling ourselves the love company because love doesn't have to be marriage and babies, but we want to put more love into the world and we want to bring people together face to face in the real world. And so what we are doing right now is to meet the demand of people wanting to meet. They're desperate to meet. They're doing anything. I mean, they're literally setting up these little clubs in their area and trying to meet people through anything. Like they're willing to go back to church when they're not even religious because they want to meet people. That is the craving of the fabric of society right now. Is like people want to meet people, but they don't know how because of a few things. Thing one, social media has completely desensitized everyone and disconnected us. We are living through these like alternate realities of what's real. Dating apps probably have played a role in this too, because we were meant to be a dating app, but it turned into just this like swipe app where like you were just swiped into the abyss, right? Or maybe you got all of these matches and they just never went anywhere, these dead end chats and ghosting and all of this heavy like rejection layered with judgment, and it just kind of taxed people. And so I see it as my duty, and this is part of why I am back, is I'm a problem solver. And I'm certainly not going to leave the industry in the state that it's in right now, which is not in a bad place. It's just in a moment
where it needs evolution.
It does. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not broken. It's not dead. I mean, I think Wall Street and the media are being super overreactive and way more pessimistic than they need to be. Partly that's kind of the role they play in the world. So where I think things go from here is I think we're at the most interesting intersection I have personally ever arrived at in my career, which is where AI can just supercharge human connection. So we are absolutely going to transform the way people meet. We are leaning into bringing people together through groups, through events, through in the real world. So my big vision for Bumble is in 5 years from now, every single person can meet someone through Bumble, not on Bumble. Maybe that's at a Bumble event. Maybe that's in a group. Maybe that's through a group date that you went on. A girlfriend of mine was telling me last night, she's dating someone right now that she met on Bumble. And I was like, oh my God, like, where'd you meet and where'd you match? She goes, well, I didn't. She said, I matched with his friend and I went on a date with his friend and his friend brought him. But we clicked. Me and my match didn't click. And my match realized that me and the friend clicked and was like, you two have something going on here. Now they're dating. So I believe that success in numbers is the next frontier. And so we're really focused on building capabilities that are AI powered. So it will be like as seamless and as efficient and as non-exhaustive as possible to get you on our products, BFF, which is doing very well with Gen Z in particular, and Bumble Date to then get you offline to a safe meetup as quickly as possible. We just want to bring people together in the real world. And tell me, what is more powerful in this era of AI where we are really replacing everything and automating everything than human connection?
It's funny, like we're doing, and Carson knows this as a company, like this is a digital company. We produce a lot of digital content, but we're this year, we're doing the first one in May and then we're doing another one later. We haven't announced really yet, but we're bringing people
Together.
offline or like offline together, because I think it's so important. And the company's like,
Why
well,
doesn't your media partner with Bumble?
Yeah,
Well, I
let's
think-
do it together.
Well,
Yes, you should do something.
But to your point, like, I
Done.
see what's happening here, and I'm like, why? Like every time we do these events, and I see everyone there, and there's a happy hour, and they're talking, and they're connecting. Like that's the digital content should be a reinforcement and a tool to help you interact in the real world,
Amen, my friend.
right? Not like you
Mhm.
shouldn't live in a bubble online,
No,
right? And
we weren't
and,
designed that
and
way.
it's you know, I got a lot of, and I'm sure you dealt with this too. When COVID happened, everybody went remote. And slowly but surely, I've been kind of enforcing and making people get back in person. And like, listen, people kick and scream about that. I want the flexibility. It's like, no, but you're not. I want people to connect in life with each other. That's why you end up caring about something. That's why you end up caring about people. Like staring at a screen. Remember when we were doing those happy hours on the screen on the
Horrible.
Zoom? So one of the most depressing times in my life is sitting there having a whiskey, looking at a bunch of screen.
I won't
acting
get
like-
on a video
I
Zoom.
can't even
Everyone
think
gets
about
so
that.
mad
Did
at
you
me. I
remember-
get text messages
gives
saying,
me-
Do you
get on
remember
video
this-
Zoom. I won't
I'm
do it.
not
I'm
doing
sorry. I'm not
it.
going to stare at a screen.
The
I don't
Zoom
want to.
happy hour
I don't wanna do
had
it
to
either.
be one of the most depressing times in human history.
It's
We're all
awful.
sitting alone in your house, drinking, looking at each other on a.
I
So anyway,
completely agree.
I think it like reminding people that like, hey, we're designed for connection and to be around each
We are.
other, right? Like, and you can
We
use
are
a tool.
better together.
Mhm.
We are better together.
It's genius, though, to use AI as the tool that it is to then get the connection, which is the meat of what is needed.
So
Absolutely.
let's
Smart.
talk about the other reasons you decided to come back. You left, you stepped down as CEO, you brought in another CEO,
Yeah.
and you can was it you
I
wanted
mean,
to?
do you want the
The real reason.
Were you sitting around
You're not
wondering
going to
like,
believe the real reason.
I
though.
might.
It's a little woo
We
woo.
might.
Like,
yeah, let's hear it.
no one knows this story.
on. Go ahead.
Okay, you want the real reason I
Yeah.
came back? Okay, so here's the real deal. I was very happy and I did not want to be a CEO again. I was living La Vida Loca. Okay, I was having a great time. However, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen,
We get it.
if someone's a painter, just because they get tired doesn't mean they're like never going to paint again. This is who I am. I need to build. I need to solve problems. I need to create. I need to put things into the world. It is who I am. However, swear on my life, I had no intention of going back to Bumble. And I love, love, love the woman that was our CEO for a year. I think she's brilliant, remarkable. She, for her own reasons, like nothing bad, like nothing weird, truly, decided it was her time to go. And she was like, I'm just like, this isn't right for me right now, whatever. And I think she's brilliant. There was no falling out. We keep in touch. I think she's lovely. But I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not the same. I don't think I can go and do this again. Like, I don't know if I can just like go back. This isn't really what I wanted for my life right now. I had kind of like had this itch to start something new. I was like thinking of new companies and new products. But the weirdest thing happened about a week before she let me know was I had this like crazy download, which was that my purpose on earth was basically to help people find love. So I was off trying to find other ways to do it. I was like, oh, well, I'll start a company for this or a company for that. Like I was thinking of all these other businesses. And I just kind of, when she decided it was like the right moment for her to move on to her next thing, I felt like the universe was pulling me and just doing it for me. You started this conversation off by saying things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And I was like, this is clearly happening for me, but I wasn't convinced. So before I agreed to like really go all back in, I did what any really, really smart, sane business person does. And I called my psychic medium.
You got to text me that info.
Laura Lynn Jackson.
Laura Lynn Jackson. Okay.
And, you know, it's funny. I have like a crazy network of brilliant business people. But before I texted them, I was like, she's my
I get
she's my
that.
go-to. I gotta
get
call
that.
her.
I get it.
So I was like, Laura Lynn, here's the deal. Like, what am I meant to do? I'm like having so much fun. I'm like starting these new companies. They're going to be billion-dollar businesses and da-da-da-da. And I'm like loving life with my husband and my kids and like, you know, doing my thing. And she goes, okay, I am getting a message from your, you know, like past one, like someone that I love that had passed. She's like, he's telling me to look on the back of your husband's belt. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go. Like, I'm gonna call CEO. Like, I can't do this. This is getting too weird. She's like, no, like, I'm being shown this like belt buckle, like a silver belt buckle with a bunch of like a scene. There's like a scene on the front of this belt buckle. And I'm like, huh. Like, oh, I actually know what she's talking about.
Like a rodeo belt buckle?
I'm like, oh my God, it's my husband's like Texas rodeo belt buckle. So my husband does this like iconic like boys trip, rancher, like cowboy thing.
So fun.
And whoever wins this like championship thing they put on gets this like belt buckle. And I was like, I think I know what she's talking about. She goes, okay, I'm getting this persistent message. You've got to go look on the back of the belt buckle. The message is on the back of the belt. You're going to know what to do if you're going back as CEO or not. I'm not going to tell you the answer. Go get the belt buckle and look on the back of the belt buckle, and whatever is there is your answer, and you will know right away. And I was like, okay, I think I need to like take it down. Like we're gonna like move on. So I get home and I kind of forget about it, and then it hits me, and I'm like, Michael, where's your belt buckle? And he's like, my what? I'm like, where's the big belt buckle, the silver belt buckle? And he's like, I don't know, in the room. I'm like, go get it. So he gets this belt buckle and he brings it back. And it is, in fact, the big silver belt buckle with the Texas scene on it. And we turn it over. And inscribed in the back of the belt buckle, every single word, is The Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt.
Bam. Ooh,
my favorite
that's cool.
quote.
It's a cool belt.
It is how I've like measured my career, being like, just be in the arena. Like every day you got to get out there, even if you get marred, even if you're like muddied and covered in blood, like at least you're not in the nosebleeds. At least you're in that arena. And I was like, I'm going back. Like I'm going back.
It's
that
so
is
funny.
so gnarly.
It's so funny because
I need to meet this woman.
we were
Oh, yeah.
prepping. We prepped for all these shows.
Yeah.
And one of the things I said to the team, I was like, I guarantee you the reason this person goes back is because they are not built to sit on the sidelines and relax. It's just not possible.
Bingo.
You can't build the way you have and be as productive as you've been, and then one day like be unproductive.
Mm-mm.
Right? Like and a lot of people, like, their ambition is to one day like take it easy and relax, and that's fine, and to each their own. But I think for someone like yourself who is a builder and a creator, and you're not wired to sit like that. Actually, like, I think that would make you more anxious and more stressed and cause a lot of actual unhappiness in your life to just sit around.
100%. No, like I am meant to change things in the world that I do not like, or cause people harm or stress, or make improvements. Like I like to improve things. And that's
now we
just
get
kind of
you
the
in
way I look at it.
Austin.
Oh yeah.
91% of dog parents say their pup is an important member of the family, and 40% would even save their dog over a human stranger. It's safe to say people are obsessed with their dog. So enter Ollie. Okay, Ollie is amazing. They're relentless about delivering the best food and experience for you and your dog. And they give you a way to check in on their health over and over again. So here's how it works. They have a food, which is Ollie's fresh recipes. They're delivered by a real chef and backed by a vet nutritionist. They're obsessed with making the best meals with the highest quality ingredients. They also have health check-ins. So with Ollie, you don't just get food. Through their app, you can actually check in on your dog's health with real vets. All you have to do is you upload a picture, and then their team can check in on your dog's weight, digestion, teeth, and coat. I really like this because my Chihuahuas have weepy eyes, and getting them on real food has been an absolute game changer for their eyes. So with this, I'm able to just upload a picture, and I can actually get like a real update on their health. Get ready for both you and your pup to be obsessed. Head to ollie.com/skinny. Tell them all about your dog and use code SKINNY to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer an obsession guarantee. If you're not completely obsessed, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/skinny and enter code SKINNY to get 60% off your first box. Ollie, feed the obsession. Every single morning I wake up and I give my kids their supplements. And one of the supplements that we give our kids every single day is Beekeeper's Naturals. So there is this propolis throat spray. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. It's yellow. It's amazing. They have an adult version that Michael and I use all the time, but they also have a kids version. And why I like this for my kids is it's your daily dose of immunity. So this is going to be proactive for the immune system all year round. I also like it too when they're sick. It feels really soothing on the throat. And the best part about it is it delivers antioxidants like flavonoids that fight free radicals and combat stress. I carry this in my handbag. We have it in our supplement drawer. Michael has it in his carry-on, all the things. If you're on Beekeepers Naturals site, I also recommend getting their nasal spray. I have loved to use this every single time I've been sick this year. It's a non-toxic, non-habit forming nasal spray, and it cleanses and soothes the nasal passage. So how I use this is anytime I'm feeling like I'm having a histamine response or I feel like I'm getting a cold, I'll use it. And it's the best nasal spray I've ever used. They also have a throat soother and a vitamin C liposomal. So you really can't go wrong with all their products. Today, Beekeepers Naturals is giving our listeners an exclusive offer. Go to beekeepersnaturals.com/skinny or enter code skinny to get 20% off your order. That's BEEKERSNATURALS.com/skinny or enter code skinny. Beekeepers Naturals products are also available at Target, Whole Foods, Walmart, Amazon, CVS, and Walgreens.
Introducing the Skinny Confidential Ice Roller, reimagined. Think sleeker lines, a softer pink, a custom buttery dust bag, and a silver roller, not pink anymore, that is ice cold. I wanted to do a zhuzh on the iconic ice roller. I wanted to update it. This ice roller for me has always been more than just a tool. It's about helping us depuff and sculpt and calm the skin in a way that feels intentional. And I wanted the ice roller to feel evolved. It's changed. You've changed. So yes, the new gorgeous, stunning, beautiful ice roller is still going to do the same things. It reduces puffiness and redness in your face. I used it this morning before I put on my makeup. It definitely helps with the under eye bags. Of course, it helps boost circulation and radiance. I just feel like it really helps stimulate blood flow and gives me that tighter, more radiant skin. And then it also is known to give you a smoother, tighter looking skin. So what I like to do is I like to combine facial massage with cold therapy. And this really helps give you a really nice foundation before you even apply your skincare. This ice roller for me is a full circle moment. I think that a lot of you bought the ice roller 5-6 years ago when we launched it. And now I am launching something that feels more in alignment with where you're at. It's so beautiful, you guys. Like, it's just softer and more effortless in every way. And I really put my own touches on every single little step, from the packaging to the colors to how it feels to even the roller. It's all been elevated just for you. So the Lauren ritual is you do cold therapy to help fight inflammation. You roll it, you glide it across your face. I put it on my jawline, my neck, I roll it down. Your skin is just going to appear smoother and tighter before you go in for the kill with the skincare and the makeup. Don't skip the cold therapy. The new ice roller is an upgrade designed to meet the standards of today, and I hope you guys love it as much as I do. This is the beauty tool that started it all, redesigned to evolve with you. Get it while it's hot at shopskinnyconfidential.com. That's shopskinnyconfidential.com. Before you go, you have to tell me how you manage your time. What gets your time and attention? Why did you come on this show? What is worthy of your time? Because
I love you.
Oh,
Well,
not you, just me.
You
Sorry.
too. No, I love you too. But I just really, I vibe with you.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
so
very,
nice.
let me tell you what I like about you so much. Here's the thing I love about you so much.
Are you guys having a moment?
Yeah, we're having a moment.
Okay.
I love that you are multifaceted and unapologetic about it. I find that a lot of women that have found a lot of success or are really like career oriented have a hard time being vulnerable about the other components of their life. Like, if they're like a strong businesswoman, like they're a strong businesswoman, and that's the only side you're ever going to see. And it's like almost like just this like shell that you'll never see beyond it or behind it. And that's just, we're made up of a lot of parts. All of us are. We're multifaceted. And so I love that you are unapologetic about being like a nurturing, loving mom, being cozy and like like making a home and making it feel special, but then like being a total boss at work and like having these different sides of you. And I don't personally know so many people like that. And I don't know. I like you. I think you're cool. And I think you're really cool too. And I love your show. And I think you have honest, open, vulnerable conversations. And frankly, that's where I'm at in my life. Like, I just want to be real and open, and I have nothing to hide. And I just think more authenticity is better for the world.
I will take that coming from the world's youngest female billionaire.
Oh God.
Is that the right?
I don't think I am now.
Is that
I think
the right?
there's like all sorts of other ones.
I mean, I'll take it.
I mean, listen, like,
I better get some good compliments from you
There's
tonight.
so many other
we're gonna
younger,
do the
cooler
intro
women than me.
when you're not here, and we go and we'll list the accolades.
I
and
do
it's gonna
want
be
to
a
know
long
though.
list.
I do have to just know, like, this is a selfish question that I would ask you off air. Is the calendar crazy? Are you a psycho? Is it color coded?
Yeah.
What's your
It's
time?
crazy.
I just want to know. Like, I just want to know.
Oh, everyone has a color. Everyone has a color.
Okay. And is it
I
like,
mean, my kids
how
have a
long is a
color.
meeting? Like, well, if you, like, are you someone who's like, get the fucking meeting in 7
Okay,
minutes?
You know what I've started doing?
What?
Don't tell anyone. It's fine.
Only a few people listening.
So you want a hack? An
Yeah.
efficiency hack?
Uh-huh.
So when I was on mat leave, I just had my baby, a few months ago. By the way, I did do a natural birth, which was crazy.
Yeah, you got to tell us about
No,
that
that was
before you go.
insane. I mean, I'm like, if I ever have another kid, I'm getting an epidural right when I get to the
Oh,
hospital.
so I thought you were going to say you're going to do a natural birth again.
Oh no, one is good.
Okay.
I'm glad I did it.
Okay.
But anyway, all of that to say, when I was on mat leave, I had, I was trying really hard to, at least for the first several weeks, be like very present with my children.
I understand this so much.
But I really couldn't just like disappear. Clearly not. I'm the CEO of the company, and I'm like in the middle of building a lot of stuff, and I care and I want to make it right. So I would ask people to record videos for me of what they take me through a meeting, but just record it, send it to me. And then I would listen to it at like 2.5x. So my husband one day walked into the kitchen and there was like, and he was like, what is that? I'm like, oh, I'm hearing an update on something that they're working on. And he's like, how do you even hear that? So I've trained myself to listen to things at like the maximum speed. And so then I could get through like 15 updates. And these videos were like 15 minutes long, 22 minutes long, 46 minutes long. And I was just plowing through them, and I was taking notes and like da-da-da-da-da. So I don't know. I just make it work.
I will tell you something. It takes a lot to get my husband interested in someone. I can tell you after this episode, he wants to hang out with you.
Okay, let's hang
She's
out.
very interesting.
Of course.
He loves interesting people. He
No, if you weren't, I would have cut the show by about 40
No,
minutes.
sometimes
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
look
know what
over
time
at him
it is.
and
What
like
time is it?
his eyes are glazing over his head.
Are you bored?
No,
No,
not,
no, no, no. It's,
Where
guess
have I
what?
lost
I'll
you? Did I
tell
lose
you in the
no,
room?
he's not bored.
Okay.
He puts his note cards like this. Go
And he's like,
watch
"We're
it,
done."
guys. That's a hack. But
No, don't lie. Now you're going to give my tells away.
now all the-
She's
now
she's
we're
very, very, very interesting.
No,
I mean,
no.
you said I'm multifaceted. You're really it's an octopus.
Like multifaceted.
My sign is a pink octopus. We'll talk about that later.
Lauren knows this. I like multifaceted, strong women with big personalities. Like, there's no, like, I'm not shy
You're
about
kind of picky with your woman friends, and that's why I'm
No,
like,
well,
it's
because-
interesting to interview you because
Like-
I know the kind of girl he likes as a friend, and you guys.
Yeah, but I like,
Jive.
I like.
It's
big
funny. I just told you this morning. I was like, God,
But to your
some of
point-
your friends are so surface
to
level.
your point about Lauren, it's like, for me, like, yes, she's beautiful and all of those things.
Yeah.
There's an attraction. But
She's
I think
brilliant,
what
though.
people
Thanks.
like, what's kept me interested since the beginning and so long is it is that, like, we can laugh, she can do work, she can be serious, she
Yep.
can be nurturing, and then like she can also, be self-deprecating. So like sometimes people see our banter and they're like, what's going on here? And I think it's the people that want to present in a certain way, and they want to show, like, it's, what it is, the people that get uncomfortable with this kind of dynamic, it's the ones that are posting pictures of themselves skipping on the beach with
Yes.
their significant other and
Yes.
hugging under the sunset.
Well, the image
Red
people.
flag.
Yeah,
You're doing that.
no,
Red
like,
flag.
yeah, the image. It's like all about the
It's-
image.
it's that,
I
and I
can't do
think-
Everyone's
that.
gonna know
And I
about the
think,
question
like,
cards
to
now.
your point,
Uh-oh.
we
Sometimes
New
I'll be
hack.
like,
listen, life is messy. People are messy, and sometimes the people that have it the most together also have a lot of other terrible things going on. And I think we like to have that dynamic.
that
because-
hack
Totally.
is that hack to do a meeting and speed it up is genius.
No, it's
Do
honestly.
you do it still?
it's such a good efficiency hack. I never even meant to do it. It's just when I was on mat leave, I couldn't do Zooms all day. And like, I'm so sick of these Zooms.
What I do in
just
my
do
meetings
it. It's amazing.
is I make Carson talk at 3x speed.
No,
And
you don't.
He has to get all his thoughts
Get
out
in 15 seconds.
Yeah, he has to get it all out.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire company has to speed talk at me.
Speed
I
talk.
will tell you that this interview was worth waiting 10 years for.
Yep.
I also think, and I don't know how you do this, Michael, that this should be like the beginning. We're rebranding to the Bostics. This to me is like the conversations that I'm excited about
Well,
having.
you'll come back on. You're right next
I'll
door
be back.
now.
You're
The
welcome
only
to come
other
back
thing
on.
I want to tell y'all that I
Please.
really think is
Sure.
game changing
Yes.
is, I don't know if you've done any of this yet, but I've taught myself how to build stuff on AI. So I'm like,
Which
I'm
platforms are you
I'm like a
using?
vibe coder now.
No way.
What do you mean you've taught yourself how to build?
So like if I have an idea, and this is cool for you to keep in mind, if I have a concept, I used to have to sit down with my product team, pitch it to them, hope and pray that they understood what I was saying, then get a designer to like mock it up, wireframe it. Okay, that would take 6 weeks. And then we'd have to put it through like this, that. And it's like all the good ideas went to die. It was like a dungeon of good idea death. And so now I just tell my little digital technical friend.
And which platform are you using?
I like Claude.
Okay, you like Claude.
I like Claude. I like Claude Code. I've been playing on Perplexity Computer a little bit. Have you tried that?
I've tried Claude. I've not tried Perplexity yet.
Okay,
Gemini,
so Claude
obviously
is
ChatGPT.
Claude's my bud.
Okay.
And I basically had Claude, I said, turn into my technical co-founder
Oh.
in life.
Smart.
And just pretend you're my technical co-founder. So your job is to bring my visions to life, but make them smarter, better, pressure test them against these investors and these minds, and build like a bench, like go and test it against an advisory board, poke holes in it, bring it back to me in a better way, let me review it, and then I want you to design it as if Johnny Ive and Steve Jobs got together with the designers of Hermes, and I like give it the most absurd prompts
See,
you've
Lauren,
ever
you're
heard.
only on ChatGPT. You got to. I've been telling
We got to
you
get
about
you on
this.
Claude.
And-
Well, I like ChatGPT. I love
I'll
ChatGPT.
get on
ChatGPT
Claude.
is a little like it's a little bit like pat you on the back. Everything you're doing is right. You know.
I told it not to do that.
Yeah, you have to go. And see,
I went into
I told it
settings.
not to
I was
do
like,
it
be
too,
mean
Michael.
to me.
let me
I'm
see-
all enough about me. What do you think about me?
yeah. But tell me more.
It's all fucked up. It's so
Okay, so I'm
brainwashed.
gonna go. Maybe I'll get into
Okay.
vibe coding.
You need
know-
you need to start vibe coding, and we'll show each other our vibe code ideas, because if you have like a concept, so I've had like a few ideas that I really want to build. So I'll build them, I'll make mock-ups, and then I started a thread at Bumble last week, which is like Bumble Build Ideas or something. I can't remember what we called it. And I've asked the whole company to do it. So
What
I'm
do
like,
you
if you
think-
have an idea, just vibe code it, and maybe we'll build it for real.
People
so
are very
cool.
concerned about jobs. Obviously,
Uh-oh.
what do you?
Look,
Yeah, what's the note
No, no,
cards
no,
when
no,
they're
no.
upside
but
down.
He's still talking.
Well, this is the last one. What do you think from what you're seeing from a personnel perspective? Are you thinking AI is, especially in, I guess, with tech? Are you thinking this is going to replace a lot of people, or is it going to evolve?
it will replace people that don't know how to operate, drive, command, and control AI. If you don't know how to be the boss of AI and direct AI and control AI and build and scale agents and mobilize the agents and run it like an agent's, if you can't run a team of agents, you probably won't be able to run a team at the best companies in a year from now.
It'll be
That's
out.
interesting. So you have to be able to command.
Yeah.
And, that's interesting.
Well, I did this,
and you can go practice that.
but here's the thing.
Anyone can
Anyone.
do it.
Like I think people are so scared about this, but at one point we were like, technology always changes and always evolves, and I mean, at one point we were literally plowing fields with horses in our hands, and we don't do that anymore. And so,
That's right.
right, like I think this idea, like, of course, it will 100% displace and replace people that do not evolve with the times. But the whole idea is that you evolve, and like if you're doing something that AI can do much faster, more efficiently, easier without the cost, like you should probably start figuring out like how to evolve.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't just sit there and be like, I hope
No.
it doesn't happen. It's
And I
gonna
think
happen.
it makes you more creative if you know how to lean into it.
To your point, in person is going to be even more important in a more digital world where where all this, like, people are going to crave, in my opinion, like, you cannot replace human connection.
You cannot.
As much as even that, and this is too much information. They're like, Lauren's like, what happens if the sex robot comes? Like,
No.
I don't know if I want to be sitting with a sex robot
I
all
think
the time.
Are you going to fuck a sex robot?
Well, do you consider it cheating?
Yes. Are you kidding? Do you even have to ask that?
Then no.
Okay.
Oh my
If
God.
I walk in and you're fucking a sex robot, I'm out.
Well,
I'm
listen,
out.
but at one point, these robots.
I'm good.
But,
I'm on Bumble.
here's what I'm saying. Even if
We're
the
gonna get you
robot,
on Bumble.
even if the
Can I get a
robot
billboard?
is the
You're
most
on Bumble now.
attractive robot ever, what's going to happen is at
It's
some
not a
point,
human.
deep down, you're going to sit there and be like, I am hooking up with a robot.
No,
You know, like,
humans
you're-
were made for each other.
Like you're going to have to look yourself in the
Well,
mirror.
I'm really into grounding,
not
and
gonna
so I
work.
don't feel like a fake penis would do it for me. I like to ground with the frequency.
No, but we had Gary Vee's a friend, and he was on. He was like, people will he thinks that people will marry AI robots in the future.
I
maybe,
think that the most valuable thing 5 years from now is human to human connection,
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree.
which is why I think I'm in the best business. And I think y'all are in a really good business too.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Bumble is partnering with leading happiness expert who has been on this show, author and professor Arthur Brooks.
Oh, we've been on.
Yeah,
Arthur's
love
been on
him.
the show. We love
That's
Arthur.
what I just said. And so how do everyone sign up for Bumble BFF and Bumble, and where can they find you to say hi?
Find me to say hi.
Yeah, maybe they want to follow.
Oh, I'm starting a group on Bumble BFF today, actually.
That's cute.
Yes, you should start one too.
Wait, so what do I do?
Okay, so I'll show you how, but I'm going to start a group where I'm just going to like chat with any women that want to join my group and ask me direct questions or kind of get mentored or anything like that. And then I want to learn from them too. I want to know, like, tell me everything going on. So, but Arthur Brooks is incredible. He understands connection better than anybody out there.
Women want to
And-
be desired, guys.
Yeah. And you know what I love about him is he just genuinely wants to help people find happiness. And I believe that the way you find happiness, according to him, is right. Like you need to have a connection with yourself, with a higher power, and with each other. And if you can do that, you're going to have a fulfilling life.
Agreed. How can people sign up for Bumble?
Everyone that is single, I don't care if you're 18 or 80, you should get on Bumble. We're also rolling out a brand new Bumble, like overhauled, meticulous redesign this summer. So stay tuned. So many new features are coming. I am going to make this the dating app that women have been waiting for. I am going to fix
Again.
women's dating problems.
Again.
Again and again and again and again. Like I'm going to keep going, and then just download BFF. You can find girlfriends in your area, groups to go do things. There's like groups for everything under the sun, from book clubs to makeup to anything you would imagine. You don't need to be lonely. Wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, like BFF is there for finding your people platonically, and Bumble is there to find your love.
We need a Whitney book club on Bumble BFF.
Let's do it. Let's do a woo-woo club. You and I will start one.
I'm in.
You should come on the stage out here when we do this thing in October.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'm
Good.
there.